So for this review, we have The Little Liar by Mitch Albom. So this book is it is a historical fiction set in World War II. But what makes this book stand out is the setting. So we are used to hearing stories that is set in Germany, in Poland, or in America. But in this novel, we follow the characters in Greece, specifically Salonika. So this is set in Greece, in Salonika, and I think this is one part of the history that is not it is talked about, but it does not highlight much, because when we hear Germany, we're always associated with um, Poland, Italy, around those countries, but not Salonika. So that is what makes this book stand out a little. That the, that the Nazis they invaded Salonika. So once in this book, the once that city has 50,000 Jews on it. By the end of the book, it only has 1,000 to 2,000. So there was a massive extermination that happened. Um, so The Little Liar, we followed four characters. So we follow Nico, Sebastian, Fanny, and Udo Graf, which was the antagonist, the Nazi. So The Little Liar is Nico. So the hook of the story is Nico was told a lot of lie. So told a lot of lie to his to his former to his neighbor, to his family, that the train which was going to Auschwitz is it would reunite family and provide job. So in short, Nico was telling the other Jews that they have to go to Auschwitz so they can have a better future, so they can be reunited with their families. So that is the massive lie. Um, so that is the massive lie that Nico committed. And prior to the invasion of the Nazis in Salonika, Nico was described as someone who is honest. He does not say lie. Um, he always spoke truth. So that is his character. And children don't lie. So when Nico started to spread the lie, the Jews believed him. And many of them followed his advice, and they believed that Auschwitz will give them a better future. So that's the hook of the story. Of course, we all know that is a lie. And throughout the book, we will see how Nico will deal with that guilt that he has. So that is Nico. We have Sebastian. Sebastian was the elder brother of Nico, and he was there was a sibling rivalry going on. He was jealous, and he was one of the people who, together with his family, he rode the train, and he arrived at Auschwitz. And Sebastian blamed his brother Nico because of that. Another character is Fanny. So Fanny, which was then Fanny is one of the childhood friends, but her character is very, very important. Um, so personally, I enjoyed the book. I like it. I am hooked, and I um, I finished the book about 2 3 weeks. So I enjoyed it. If I did not enjoy it, it will take a lot of time for me to finish it. But I cannot wait to read what happened next, and of course how Nico deal with his guilt and how the other characters, how if they will survive and when they will be reunited. So that is one of the things I like about the book, the anticipation of that reunion. So all those four characters, they were separated, and many of they assumed that the other is dead or they were gone. But as a reader, we know that eventually they will meet together. Nico, Sebastian, and Fanny, those three were together at the first chapters of the book. So we are looking forward when they would meet. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, Sebastian blames his brother for what happened, because of the train and because their family died in Auschwitz. So that's it. I like it. One criticism I have here is the narrator. Um, the narrator, it is described as truth. For me, it is off-putting. I don't like the narrator, the truth, how the way it was executed. The way it was executed, because there were scenes where it becomes preachy. It is telling me what truth is, or it is giving a lesson. This is not my first book from Mitch Albom. I think the last time I read one was probably a decade ago, but so I know his style. I've read The Timekeeper, The Five People You Meet in Heaven, and some other book that I forgot now. But the way it was written, I kind of know what I am going to get. So there were times where Mitch Albom is telling us a lesson, telling us what is the meaning of truth. And I don't like that. For me, I would just want to enjoy the story. Mitch Albom could have removed the narrator, which was truth, and the book would have been much better. Um, but there was a plot twist on the end of the book, so eventually we are going to learn something about the truth. So that is also what I like. He is not Truth is not this almighty virtue that we thought it to be, but there was a plot twist. I'm not going to reveal anything, but that is my criticism, the narrator, and how there were times where the lessons are pushed on us on what is wrong and what is right. So I think it depends on us to interpret what is the meaning of truth and the lessons in this book. So that's how I see it. I do not need to be told how to feel or how to interpret some scenes. Nevertheless, I still enjoy the book. I like it. So out of 10, I probably will give it 7 out of 10. And I will still with Mitch Albom. Again, this is not my first book, not my second or third time reading from his work. And so if you like a different style of writing, maybe you want to pick this up and set in World War II. If you want a historical fiction, then you may like this novella. So again, the truth, the way it is executed, maybe it's artistic style, it's Mitch Albom's style, and I am willing to let that slide because again, I enjoyed it. So, The Little Liar by Mitch Albom.